Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Christopher Harold, and gonna do this video for you guys real quick, and I really want you to pay close attention to this. Um, I want to talk to you about the number one killer of success. And guys, all my videos, not all, but most of my videos that I do are based off of true stories, or based off of inspiration either from my life or from others who I'm encountering on a daily basis. And it's just it's just amazing that every day I can come up with a new video after having an encounter with someone. And today is no exception. Just talking to a guy today. He lives in Italy. He might be watching this video here. And he wants to come involved with Empower Network. But it's something that's keeping him from doing so. He's seen all the videos at my youtube.com/get cash money from home page. He's read the emails. He's seen the testimonies from people. He's seen a testimony from myself of Empower Network. He's seen the product and service that is second to none, that is real. He's seen the community of entrepreneurs that we have here. But it's something that's keeping him from going forward. And I told him that today. And after I told him that, I said, you know what, let me make a video. Because if you're watching this video here, then chances are you still suffer from the same thing. And you know what? I suffered from this, and I still suffer from this in other areas of my life. I have made many, I don't want to call them mistakes, but I have put myself in positions where I have suffered from this number one killer of success throughout my life. And I'm going to share a story with you, which I can share many later. But what is this number one killer of success that I know you watching this video are struggling with it too? And the reason why I know is because you have not unsubscribed from receiving my emails, and you're watching this video. That tells me that you are suffering with this as well. And we all suffer from this for many, many reasons. And I hope that what I discuss with you right now will shed some light on this. You could actually look in the mirror and see yourself. And see that, wow, I never really took a close look at myself. I thought I was perfect. I thought everything was fine with me. I thought it was something else. And I'm going to show you why you struggle with this number one killer of success. And I hope that you'd apply this to your life, to your personal life, to your business life, or whatever. I hope you can apply this, guys. And the number one killer of success that we all struggle with, some more than others, but we all struggle with it, is procrastination. We all struggle with procrastination. Let me make this a little bigger. Procrastination, guys. Procrastination, procrastination, procrastination. We all struggle with it. And it is the number one killer of success. And I'm going to break down some things for you right now, guys. And I got my notes here too. First, let's get a working definition for what it is, so we can try to examine this to see what areas of this life, because some of us might be in denial right now. You may feel, well, no, I'm not a procrastinator. Well, I'm going to show you, because if you're watching this video, that means that you're on my list from Empower Network. And I'm going to show you why you allow this number one killer of success to rob you from what you truly want in life. You're allowing it to rob you for what you truly want in life. What is procrastination? Well, working definition says it is putting off. Put this here. Sorry about that, guys. It is okay. It is putting off or delaying something requiring immediate attention. We can procrastinate until an opportunity is lost. Think about it. We all have known people who have put off going to school, people that have put off having kids, people that have put off getting married. I can think of many options myself. For many reasons. I know some things I struggle with when it comes to procrastination is unpaid tickets, unpaid fines, registering for school or for classes or seminars, for buying tickets, at the last minute, for myself not investing in the stock market in the late 90s. For myself not getting involved in real estate investing 7 to 8 years ago. And what happens when you procrastinate? In these 9 times out of 10 or 99% of the time when you procrastinate over what I just discussed or anything else you can think of, you always seem to pay more in the end. You always seem to pay more in the end. When you put off a traffic ticket and you don't take care of that traffic ticket by the deadline date, what's going to happen? You're going to pay more now. That happened to me when we had an alarm at our house. We got an alarm at our house and I didn't renew the alarm permit. I put it off. And what happened? By golly, we had a false alarm and the police showed up. Nothing happened. I got a letter in the mail from the city with a $177 fine. And plus I had to pay another $50 to get a permit. If I would have got that permit, I would have saved myself $177. And what's so crazy about this, I've allowed that to happen 3 or 4 times before I finally went and got a permit. So me and my wife, but I cost me and my family close to $800 in unnecessary fines because I procrastinated in taking care of business. I delayed in putting something off that required an immediate action. I can remember when I was in the music industry. I was active in the music industry. Still am a certain kind of way, but when I was active in the early 2000s, and there was a big conference going on, and I knew I should have been there. All the top execs was going to be there. I knew I had an opportunity to get at that time a big record deal, but I didn't go. I made excuses, I put it off, and I didn't go. Then when the event came closer and closer and closer, I knew about this event 9 months in advance. When it came closer and closer and closer, what happens at every event? The prices of the event go up. The cost to buy an airline ticket goes up. And when I finally made my mind, I'm going to go because I found out at the last minute that such and such was going to be there, and they're looking for something that I have, and I knew that if I got in front of this person, my life would be different. By the time I looked at the cost, it was going to cost $2 or $3 grand to go, when initially it was only going to cost me about $400-500 to go, and I didn't go, and that haunted me for years. That hurt me for years. And I was mad at myself for putting it off. And now I'm not a psychologist, but I did some study on this, guys. And when I did this study, I saw myself. And now I understand. And I guarantee you guys, you who are watching this video right now, there is a reason why you are still putting off enjoying an Empowered Network. And I guarantee you, what I'm about to show you, you're going to see yourself, and it's going to show you, it's going to put a mirror right in front of you. It's going to point the finger right at you. Why? Because it pointed the finger right at me. I I've always been sick and tired of always getting in on things at the last minute when it costs me the most, or when opportunity is gone, or when it's lost. I've done it so many times that I always ask myself, what is wrong with you, Chris? Why you keep putting off these things that you know you want to do, that you know is going to benefit not only you, but it's going to help other people? And I put it off, I put it off, and I put it off. And what happens? Nothing changes. Nothing changes. And it pisses me off. Preachers shouldn't be saying that word, but I'm keeping it real. It pisses me off, and I can't be mad at nobody but who? The person I look into, the person I see in the mirror every day. Me. Why? I'm going to give you a quick quiz, guys, and I'm sharing this with you guys because I get frustrated. And I shouldn't allow myself to get frustrated, but if you see some of the videos I've created lately, they're because of responses I get from people. And I have to understand that where I am right now mentally, I have an advantage over many people. Many people, when they see Empower Network for the first time, come for two different type of backgrounds. Either you're coming from a background of someone who's been involved in business before, you already have delved into entrepreneurship before, you already delved into an offline business or an online business or a home-based business or a network marketing business or a multi-level marketing business or maybe a commission only. You're coming from a background where you have a business type of understanding. And the way you see things is totally different than someone else who might be brand new, who've never ever in their life been involved in any type of business venture, online or offline, who had never touched anything for network marketing or direct sales or multi-level marketing or brick and mortar business or entrepreneurship, never done anything before. And I realized most of the times that the people that say stuff, are from people who coming from mainly from that background of not understanding anything, who've never experienced business for themselves before, who've always had a job, who've always been an employee of someone. And I'll talk about that in another video that you need to go watch. It talks about the employee mindset versus the entrepreneur mindset. Go watch that video at my channel as well. So it allows me to understand now, because guys, I'm passionate about helping people. I know Empower Network is real. I know it's not a scam. I know why, because I made money in it. I know because why, other people I work with has made money in it. So I know it's real for me. It's the same as that when I share the gospel of Jesus Christ with people. People are like, well, I can't see Jesus, or I can't see God. That was 2,000 years ago, and all this kind of stuff. But when when you've experienced it for yourself, that when someone else would say Jesus is not God, I know that person doesn't know. I know that person is a liar because they don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I know because I experienced it for myself, and I've seen what Jesus has done to the lives of other people. Of course, history tells us too, but I've experienced it. I've seen it, and I've seen the facts. And I've seen the facts of what happened with people who get involved with our team here at Empower Network. But it's the reason why many of you who are watching this video has decided not to take action yet. Now, some of you still could be in your network marketing business or another kind of business, and you see this as a conflict. I talk about that in another video where it's not a conflict. But many of you are allowing these things I'm about to share with you prevent you from having the success that you truly want. And the reason why you want it is because why? You came to my website. You voluntarily put in your email address on my website to get more information about how we can fix the problem that you have. You have a problem that needs to be fixed. Whether it's financially, whether it's growing your business, whether it's getting more leads, whatever it might be, you have an issue. That's why you came here. And I'm trying to help you solve that issue, but I can't make you do anything. I can only show you what it has done for me. I can show you what it's done for others. I can show you what it can do for you. But you got to make that decision to take action. You got to make that decision to take action. And I'm going to give you a quiz here. And I want you to answer these questions to yourself. And I'm going to tell you exactly where you are and why you're struggling. All right, let's go. Okay, here we go. First question here says, when you're faced with a task or, say, a decision, do you think of all the ways it could go wrong? Put this down because I want to elaborate on that. Do you think all the ways it can go wrong? Most of us, okay, you know what? I'm going to the next question and I'm going to elaborate in a second. All right, let me do that. Okay, second question. Do you picture how important people in your life might react to you if you failed? I mean, do you envision these things? And third question, do you believe it's better not to try at all than to try your best and fail? Do you believe that? When you're faced with a decision, guys, do you think of all the ways it could go wrong? Do you think of all the negative from your past experiences? Maybe you've tried something in the past. Maybe you come from a perspective where you tried other things in the past. You tried to go out and venture on your business. You tried other online ventures before, and they didn't work for you. Maybe you tried something in the past, other investments, stock market or real estate investing, or maybe you tried other things that didn't work for you. And now, naturally, your mind becomes pessimistic. You become a skeptic. You can see an email. I can send you a check where I say I made $100,000 here, and you still wouldn't believe it. I can see you email after email, testimony after testimony, where people that have been successful, how lives have been changed, how people have been blessed, but you still wouldn't believe it because of your past experience. Or there's the people in your life, family around you. The guy I talked to today in Italy. Someone told him straight up and down that you don't need to do Empower Network because you're not going to make any money. And I was like, really? I said, the people who told you this, are they in Empower Network? He said, no. I said, so let me ask you this. How would they know? How would they know? Guys, do you got people around you who you would feel ashamed of if you were to jump out and do something different than what they're not willing to do and you fail? Do you have people around you like that? And have you made yourself think that it's better for me not to do this so I don't be known as a failure than to me to go out and do something? Do you think it's better for your pride for you not to do something? Are you familiar with Thomas Edison and what he did with creating the light bulb? Read the story. But then he failed upwards of 5,000, 6,000, almost 10,000 times and not getting the light bulb done. Then he finally got it done. Guys, if you in 1 through 3, if you find yourself answering yes to 1, 2, 3, you struggle with a fear of failure. If you answered yes to any of these, you have a fear of failure dominating your life. It is dominating your mind right now. You got a fear of failure. You're worried about what others might think. You're worried about if you were to fail. And you're worried about what others might say. And you make yourself believe that even though this might work for me, even though Christopher Harrell seems like a real guy, I know a lot of things about him. He got a lot of videos and he shares himself and he's kind of open. And even though I see that this could be something that could be good for me and my family, I don't want to do this because it's out of my comfort zone. I'm more comfortable going to work every day. I'm more comfortable in my job that I'm in every day, a job that I hate or a job that I wish I wasn't doing anymore. You got a fear of failure. And the fear of failure is going to handicap you for the rest of your life. It has a grip on you. It's like a chokehold. It's choking the life out of you. And you feel it choking the life out of you, but you won't do. But it has more power than you, and you can't overcome it. You have a fear of failure. Let's go to the next ones. All right. 4 through 6. Are you overwhelmed by the possibility of new responsibilities if you are successful? Do do you subscribe to this ideal thought that, hey, if I do well in this, then other people might expect a whole lot more of me? Other people might be coming to me. Or do you feel that your success will lead other people finding out the real you? If you answered yes to any of these, you have a fear of success. I know that sounds crazy, guys, because you can understand the fear of failure. Why? Because, hey, quite naturally, human instinct, nobody wants to fail. You don't go out on a venture and plan to fail, right? But do you know more people struggle with fear of success than fear of failure? Your mindset has gripped you where that your limits have been capped off for you. And a lot of times that happens because we've been conditioned to think some way. If you've been in a job environment your whole life, you've been conditioned to think, I'm only worth $10 an hour. I'm only worth $15 an hour. I'm only worth $20 an hour. You've been told that your whole life, for how much you're worth on an hourly scale. You've been told that. For you who've been working since you're 16, you've been told how much you're worth by somebody else. And you know what? You begin to accept that. It's like a slave mentality. You begin to accept that. And it becomes norm. And then when something like this is presented to you, it's abnormal. Something is wrong with it. It throws up red flags with a big Y because it's contrary to where you've been taught your whole life. When someone tells you that that you could make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, $50,000 a month, it sounds to you like it's a scam. It's a hoax. But that's what's happening in the Empower Network. People are making those kind of amounts, that kind of amount of money. So sometimes we don't want success. Why? Because we don't want new responsibilities. The Bible says that much is given, much is required. So if you're blessed with success, then you got to do something with that success. I don't get into any type of business venture or anything I do investing wise or whatever I try to do to better myself and better my family. I don't get into it for selfish purposes only, that I just want to make money. Yes, you want to make money, but it's what money gives you. And I want to make money. Why? Because I can bless others. I can further the kingdom of God. I can bless my wife with a brand new car, cash money. I can do other things, what money gives you. That's why I work so hard. That's why I do whatever I got to do to be successful. If I got to look at my other video, if I got to take on odd jobs for the short term, because my mind is thinking long term, I pushed my pride out the way a long time ago. And I struggle with pride because you know what? I know I'm better. I know I got a millionaire mindset. But sometimes a millionaire mindset, you might have a millionaire bank account at the same time. That takes time. That's why this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I know we live in a world of instant gratification, but this isn't it. And anything that's true and lasting is not going to be a get-rich-quick scheme. That's why people that win the lottery are broke a year or two later. Most of them are. They couldn't deal with the success. So some people fear that. Some people fear making $10,000 a month. Some people fear making $20,000 a month. Some people fear making that kind of money, $50,000 a month, because you don't know what to do with it. You don't have a plan of what to do with it. If that amount of money would have come to you on a daily basis for the next 6 months at $20,000 a month, $25,000 a month, what would you do with it? You have no clue. And so you would rather put yourself not in that position to attain it and stick to your $15 an hour. Because why? That's your comfort zone. So yes, you struggle with the fear of success. And now what is fear? Before I go to the next one, guys. What is fear? I learned this acronym a few years back. I've used it in some of my sermons and teachings. And I think I learned it. I don't know if I learned it from a business seminar or what, or ministry. But what is fear? Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Fear. When you break down fear, fear is lack of faith. Fear is lack of trust. Fear is believing in something that isn't there, for the most part. The Bible said for Christians, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind. Fear is not of God. God said perfect love casts out fear. So, a lot of people fear relationships. A lot of people fear getting into a new relationship. Why? Because they have broken hearts. How many people you know have procrastinated on getting into a new relationship? They want to have kids, they want to have a family, but because they were hurt in the past. Someone broke their heart. Someone, scorned them. I understand that. We all been there. But you would rather rob the blessings of having a child because of what happened in the past? Why are you allowing what happened in the past to dictate your future? Because of fear. Fear of it happening again. I've always understood, I would rather have loved once than I never loved at all. I would rather try something once, twice, 2 or 3 times and never try it at all. What you're going to see a lot of my emails, what you've been seeing a lot of my emails, what I learned when I got in real estate investing a couple of years ago from one of my mentors. And he said, live life with no regrets. And that's my catchphrase. I want to share, live life with no regrets. Why? Because you don't want to be that person if you are blessed to live to an old age by the will of God, and you're on your deathbed, and you say, I regret not doing this. I regret I didn't jump out and start this business. I regret I didn't go see this place in the world. I regret I didn't buy this car I wanted. I regret I didn't give more to the kingdom of God. I regret I didn't make this relationship right. Because a lot of people die with broken relationships. They procrastinated on getting right with someone who they hurt, someone who they fell out with. And the other person dies, and that's the worst pain you can live with. I've heard many stories of people getting into it with a loved one, and the loved one dies, and they never made it right, and they never will ever speak to that person again. And they're haunted for the rest of their life. Why? Because they procrastinated. They put stuff off that they knew they needed to take care of. Why? For different reasons. For fear. For pride. Didn't want to admit didn't want to admit they missed that person. Didn't want to admit that because they let something stupid stand in the way. Now that person is dead and gone. And they're never going to ever talk to that person again. Procrastination, the number one killer of success. The number one killer of reconciliation. If you got somebody in your life you need to get right with right now, guys, go get right with them. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody. You think tomorrow's promised to the young lady who just got killed by the guy who played for the Kansas City Chiefs, the football player, his girlfriend? You think she woke up that day knowing he was going to die? You think that guy woke up that day thinking he was going to commit suicide? Let's go to the next one. Number 7. Do you believe if you're going to do something, you should try to do it perfectly? Do you find it difficult to persist when things aren't going just right? And would you rather avoid doing something than do it imperfectly? I had the same mindset when I first got started in Power Network. When it came to this blog, I wanted to have this blog down to a T. I wanted to understand it to a T. I know what my coach told me? She told me, Chris, you're stressing on something that you don't need to be stressing on. You're putting too much energy in something that's not that serious. She said, there are too many people out there who needs what we have to offer at Empower Network. And you need to be focused on helping these people. Instead of tripping on how many keywords you got in your blog, or if my blog didn't show up in the first position, it showed up in the 4th position on Google. I mean, stuff like that. And the stressing out of it, going crazy over it. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. My guy today in Italy, he was asking me tons and tons and tons of questions, right? I said, look, it's not that serious. I understand this seems important to you, but trust me, I've been in your shoes. It's not that serious. I said, look, just get involved. The system here is set up to make your life much more simpler, not more difficult. I said, and right now you're making it more difficult than what it has to be. I said, you have to learn how to trust. Trust that I'm going to give you the blueprint to be successful here. Trust that the purpose of this system is for you to create a business but have a life at the same time. It's not designed for you to be doing this 18 hours a day. That defeats the whole purpose. And if you find yourself answering yes to any one of these questions, which I know I have with many things in my life, then you are a perfectionist. And I know I got it somewhere down. There it is. Yeah, and perfection may underlie your avoidance. Perfectionism is causing you to avoid getting started. Your avoidance is here. You won't get started because why? You got to know every single, and I know we got all different personality types. I get that. But if you got to know everything from A to Z to get started, I can 99.9% say you're not going to ever do anything. Because who knows everything before they start everything? You know what I'm saying? If and number 8 here, if you can't persist when things are going rough, what's going to happen? You're going to quit. Because why? I know myself, if everything isn't perfectly laid out, the way I think it should be, in the past I would have shut down. And who did it hurt? That hurt no one but me and my family and the people I'm trying to help if I would just shut down. So guys, whenever you're starting a business, everything is not going to be perfect. Think about it. You could write down a list of things to do. I got a to-do list that I do every single day. I got a to-do list. And sometimes life gets in the way. And you know what? In the past, I used to go crazy. My wife could attest to that. I didn't want no one to bother me. I didn't want no phone calls coming in. They shouldn't be coming in. I didn't want life to happen. Sometimes life happens. Deal with it. Don't avoid it. Avoiding it doesn't make it go away. Deal with it, walk through it, adjust, and keep moving. Guys, procrastination has never won a race. It's never received a promotion. And never changed the outcome of any given situation. Procrastination often leads to hurtful consequences. I can't think of any occasion when I procrastinated on something and it turned out great for me. Some things you procrastinate in have eternal significance. Some things have temporal on this side. Eternal would be not accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you go out and die tomorrow by putting it off or not making broken relationships right. Not dealing with certain things you need to deal with, anger or paying tickets, stuff I mentioned before. But guys, tell me the benefit of you continue to procrastinate to get installed with Empower Network. Email me, reply back. Make a comment. What's the benefit? How are you benefiting? How is that changing your financial situation in your life? Give me one great reason why for you continue to procrastinate here. It's benefiting you. Tell me a reason. I'd like to know. Give me a reason why it's benefiting you. I will bet you, and I'm not a gambling man, I will bet you couldn't tell me one legitimate reason why. Because it's all going to come down to these three. Either you got a fear of failure, you got a fear of success, or you're a perfectionist, and that's why you're avoiding going forward. And you know what? Nothing will ever change in your life. Nothing will ever change in your life until you decide to take action and change. You decide to say, you know what, failure? I'm going to go knock you right in your mouth. You know what, success? I'm going to come knock you right in your mouth. You know what? I'm not going to be a perfectionist anymore. I'm going to take action. I don't need to know every single thing right now. I'm just gonna take action. Why? Because I see it happening for other people. If it happen, if it can happen to someone like Chris, if it can happen to someone else, average people today, it can happen to me too. That's my attitude with everything I do. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta cut this video off now. But hey, I'm not afraid of trying to change my situation. That's my beeper to tell me I need to go pick up my daughter from school. So I gotta cut this video off now. But guys, what's the point of you not coming on? If you haven't unsubscribed from my emails, then you know you need to change something in your life. Either you're already successful, either you already got another business and you need help with your business to grow your business, to get more traffic, to get more leads, to make more money, to do other things, or you're a brand new person and you want to make money, you want to supplement your income at your job. Would $1,000 a month help you out? Would $2,000 a month help you out? For those who want to do big things, with $5,000 a month, with $10,000 a month, really change some things in your life. If you answer yes to either one of those, guys, it can happen for you right here at Empower. On our team, our AIG DT team. It can happen for you. But it's not going to happen if you don't click the darn button that says join, if you don't pull out your credit card, if you don't pay the $25 to get involved. And when you get involved, if you don't follow the blueprint I'm going to give you, if you don't follow the 8 core steps that we're going to give you, if you don't do the daily tasks that you need to do, if you don't get involved with the community of entrepreneurs that we have on our team, if you don't get involved with the Facebook groups that we have available to you, if you don't get involved in any of the trainings that we're going to have you on our team, if you don't invest in yourself financially, if you don't invest in yourself time-wise, if you don't invest in yourself with your energy, then you might as well just unsubscribe from the video right now and continue to live the life you're living. But if you're tired of it, if you know you need to change something, if you're tired of the pain that you're going through, if you know you need more money, you know you want to change, you know you want to create wealth for yourself through the leverage system that's set up here, through the system that's set up here that not only pay you up front big money, but will set up residual income from you. You know what you need to do. Click the link below this video. Decide you're going to take action today and get started now.